Hello, it is Saturday, January 20th, 2024. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Saturday crossword. That means we're going to be solving a themeless crossword, our second of two, very possibly the toughest crossword of the week. And this tough edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Josh Allen, Mike from Vermont, Jake Rodkin, and as always, the indomitable Showmaster. So thank you so much to the four of them. Of course, they're benefactors of the Daily Self Patreon campaign, which means they support this channel. They keep it going day in, day out. Very grateful to them for that direct support. And if you would like to support the channel in that manner, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the link in the description field underneath the video, and there you'll find the bonus videos available to patrons. That includes this week's mini puzzle pseudo speed solve, which I posted yesterday, so you can check that out if you're interested in those. That's up on the channel along with all the rest of the bonus videos, such as this month's unusual new style monthly bonus puzzle. And there's also the official mug for benefactors. Check it out. All right, thanks to all the backers, and also thanks if you've subscribed to the channel on YouTube. That is a big help as well. So is commenting on videos, liking them, and so on. And then there's also the Daily Solve Discord chat server, which you can join via a description field link. It's a nice, friendly chat community over there, so consider that as well. Now, let's get on to today's crossword. It's a collaboration between Caitlin Reed, who's constructed, I think, around a dozen puzzles, and Matthew Stock, about 24, I believe, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's start solving and see how we manage with today's themeless crossword. Gardener's item that breaks down a lot. Breaks down, something like compost or fertilizer or something. I'm thinking of breakdown in the sense of sort of chemically breaks down. But yeah, not sure exactly what it is. Any member of the order Chiroptera. I do know this. I recognize this word, but I can't think what it is. That's frustrating. Plant-based protein brand. I don't know. Plant-based protein brand. I don't know. I don't think I know enough of these to have some good ideas off the top of my head. This is not going well so far. Mélange. This could be a... What is the word I'm trying to think of? Oh, this is so frustrating. I have at least one possibility in mind, but I can't formulate it. How infuriating. Well, I do see actress Blanchett, and I don't usually skip ahead based on just noticing the clues in these columns, but I'm doing so poorly that I feel I need to write in Kate for actress Blanchett, and then let's look at the crosses. Fortune 100 company whose name is the last two syllables of the city near where it was founded. The city near where it was founded. Interesting. Last two syllables. I don't know. I mean, it could be basically anything. Readily available. On tap. Something readily available is on tap. And photo finish. Photo finish. Is it a word that ends with... Sorry, is it a word that follows photo? I'm thinking what this is, especially with that question mark pun indicator, is that this is a word that can finish the word photo. In other words, it can go after it. Photo ops. Photo opportunities. Photo ops. There we go. I think that's probably right. Fortune 100 company, Co. Oh, is it Cisco? That's a technology company. And despite the fact that I'm from San Francisco, I don't know that I even realized Cisco specifically was near there, but it makes sense given how many tech companies are nearby. And it also makes sense that it wouldn't have been founded in San Francisco because Silicon Valley is not actually in San Francisco. It's, I don't know, an hour away. So that sounds right to me. San Francisco, Cisco. Okay, I think that's probably right. So gardener's item that breaks down. Oh, could be compostage? Compost. Something like that. I'm going to see if these crosses are valid. Exams for some science majors. Oh, MCATs. This is one of the several admissions tests for graduate school that I've heard of, and I can never remember which corresponds to what. LSATs I do know are for law school, but MCATs, what is this? Math something admissions or achievement tests. I'm not sure about the C. Math and chemistry? I don't know. That would be an odd combination, wouldn't it? I don't know what this stands for, but I think it might be the answer. Plant-based protein brand, I don't know this. One might be cleansed with a strip. Oh, pore cleansing strips on your face or what have you. Oops. Okay, rap pioneers, slangily. Oh, geez, there we go. There we go. Original gangsters. Colors outside the lines. Stripe? Not quite sure I see what this is looking for. Colors outside the lines. The next one is visibly emotional. This looks like Incognito or something. America's Got Talent precursor. Star Search? Yeah, that was a talent show that I've never seen but have at least heard the name of. I wonder if it actually has any official connection to America's Got Talent, or if it just was another national talent show that was televised. I don't know. My guess would be the latter, but I don't know. Okay, visual. Oh, teary. If you're teary, you're visibly emotional. You're obviously sad, or I guess could be joyful. Line along the Embarcadero, in brief. Oh, well, this is another San Francisco-related clue. The Embarcadero is it runs along the edge of San Francisco Bay in San Francisco, and yeah, BART doesn't really go along the Embarcadero. I mean, BART crosses the Embarcadero. BART is the Bay Area Rapid Transit sort of commuter rail system that goes through San Francisco. And there is a stop at the Embarcadero. There's a BART stop called Embarcadero that is right there. But it doesn't run along it. It crosses through it. But I don't know. I guess that's fine. Okay, they're using it in a casual way, I suppose. Yearning is an ache. If you ache for something, you yearn for it. But oh no, never mind. That doesn't. Sorry, I saw the C, but it's in the wrong place. An itch then. A yearn, and again, actually, this itch could similarly be a noun or a verb, but in this particular case, it's a noun. You have a yearning for something. You have an itch for it. Oh, compost bin. Oh, I should have read the clue more carefully. So the gardener's item that breaks down a lot. So it's the thing that does the breaking down. Yeah, I suppose that's true if you have an actual. So I mean, I have a compost bin in my flat, but nothing breaks down inside of it. We just put it outside and then it's picked up and taken to an actual processing facility where it gets composted. So nothing breaks down in it. But yeah, I suppose gardeners do have proper kind of composting setups themselves where they actually do the breaking down in their own garden. So I guess this does make sense. Okay. Colors outside the lines. Swears? Sorry, I was thinking of if you sort of say colorful language, you could think of swearing or profanity, but I don't see how it actually fits the punny clue. This looks like Incognito, I think is what this is. I've never heard of this. It's not a brand I know, but sure, I believe that there would be a sort of meat substitute brand called Incognito. Okay, so there we go. Colors outside the line. Oh, smears. Okay, so yeah, if you smear some coloring outside of its bounds, you've sort of colored outside the line, I suppose. Subject for a museum curator, art history. There we go, that makes sense. And then it's not often seen on a diamond. A no-hitter. This is referring to a baseball diamond, I think, as opposed to the jewel. So a no-hit game in which no hits are achieved, I suppose, would be not often seen. I assume that's what that means. I'm sure it's very obvious, and it seems obvious, but you never know. Non-kosher Wendy's offering. So something that involves a pork product. Oh, Wendy's has a bacon. Oh boy, I don't know. I haven't been to Wendy's in probably a decade. Do they have the Baconator? Is that Baconator? Is that Wendy's? I think it might be. I don't really know. I assume it's just a hamburger with lots of bacon on it. I don't actually know. But I've heard the name, and I bet that's the answer. Any member of the order Chiroptera, a bat. Are these bats? I think they are. I'm just going to check the crosses, but I think that's right. Blank say, they say, I've heard that, they say. Initialism for a pleasant tingling on the scalp or back of the neck. Oh, is that ASMR? I didn't know that that was associated with a sense of tingling on the scalp or back of the neck, actually. What is this? It's something like autosensory something reaction. Oh, I don't know. But it's it's a sort of pleasing effect people describe getting from various kinds of sounds, usually very sort of close-mic'd vocal sounds, that kind of thing, or rustling of papers and things like that. But I don't remember what it stands for, but I think that must be the answer. Anyway, a melange. Oh, a mash or a hash, a kind of mix of things. That wasn't the word I was trying to think of earlier, so I guess no harm done that I didn't think of it. What was the word I was trying to think of? That's so frustrating. Top is the acme, the highest point. And then to view with disdain is to view with disdain. I'm not sure. Not now, exclamation point, then. So exclamation point is one of these clues that often is used to sort of comment on the answer or describe it rather than actually define it or be synonymous with it. I don't even know if that's necessarily the case here. I think not now could be a straight synonym for then. But I think they've just put the exclamation point in there because not now sounds like a protest. So it's just playing into the phrase of not now. I think that's probably all that's doing there. I don't think it's changing necessarily the way to interpret the clue. So to view with disdain is to... I guess it could be a view with disdain. It could be a noun. Does that change how I see this? I don't have a good answer still. Jazz trumpeter Woody. Ooh, I don't actually think I know this offhand. Woody Shea? Good going. At a... Oh. I would have thought attaboy here. Maybe it's not Baconator? Boy, I could have sworn that was a hamburger name. Let's see. Number of Reyes Magos in Spanish tradition. Well, this would be the three magi, or the three wise men, so there'd be tres of them in Spanish tradition. What does that mean exactly? What's different about that tradition in Spanish than in other cultures or languages? I'm not quite sure I understand the clue. I understand that it wants the answer in Spanish, but we sort of already have that implied by the fact that Reyes Magos is in Spanish. Are there actually a different number in Spanish tradition? I wouldn't think so. Yeah, I don't quite understand that clue, sorry. But I think that is probably the answer. Beverage with an oxymoronic name. Not sure about that. I'm not sure about this either, because we haven't... Adagal, maybe? I don't know. Blank bag, tote bag, maybe. Of which there are, I think, a surplus in the world at this point. Legendary creature. Yeti, maybe. There we go. I think that's probably right. This does look like attaboy, doesn't it? Well, maybe this is wrong. I'm really surprised about that. Like the smell of burned rubber. Acrid. Burned rubber is acrid. Bacon. Attaway? That's the way, maybe? Good going? I'm trying to find a way to make this still work. I want it to work. Okay, we'll get there. Like the hair of 1 to 2% of the world's population. Red. Yes, certainly uncommon. Beverage with an oxymoronic name. Something water. Pure water. Maybe? Is that a brand? It sounds like it could be. I think it might be. I'm fairly sure I've heard it before. It's probably in my brain for some reason. Oh, Woody Shaw? Why did I not think of that? Its name's not very familiar to me. I'm surprised. Good going. Okay, to view with disdain. Oh, to hate watch. Oh, this isn't a mash, it's a hash. I wonder why I put in mash. Did I say both of them? I can't remember. I have a vague memory of saying both, but if I did, why would I have chosen one arbitrarily? That was a very poor move. That really threw me off for a long time, because to view with disdain is to hate watch, as in a television program. You're compelled, but you dislike it. I feel we do that with lots of things these days. Good going. Yeah, it is Attaway. Okay, I've never heard that before. I've heard Attaboy and Attagirl, and I've seen both of those in the crossword, but I don't think I've ever seen Attaway. But I mean, it makes sense in the sense of, that's the way. I mean, you can understand the contraction. All right, well, there we go. It must be the answer. If one served as a wingman, oh, maybe this isn't pure water. Oh, fire water. That makes more sense because it's oxymoronic, because it's self-contradictory. I was trying to think, why is pure water oxymoronic? Because, water is essentially pure, but I was thinking maybe it would have to be distilled to be literally pure, and maybe the pure water isn't actually that. But no, I don't think that was right. I think it's fire water, which is much more obviously oxymoronic or self-contradictory. So anyway, served as a wingman is you aided someone. You metaphorically served as their wingman, or literally, I suppose. Something that may be hard to drink. ? Hard to drink. Well, you could have hard water, again, for that matter, but we're not going to have two waters in the grid. That would be very surprising and strange. Cider. Oh, I see. Hard cider, also known in the UK as cider, is something that may be hard to drink. Like some hair. Fine hair, I suppose, as opposed to thick hair. And is made up. I was thinking of a person made up, but it could be something invented. Is made up. It's imaginary. Concocted? No. Is made up. Yeah, I don't know. I think I need more crosses because there are so many different things this could be. Lacking bells and whistles. Lacking bells and whistles. Something sort of unadorned, or I don't know. Got ready. And it's a secret. Shh, maybe? Just the sound of quiet. That's it. Aha. Sweet pea, maybe? A term of endearment. Be steamed. To be steamed is to seethe, maybe? To be incredibly angry? To sort of smolder? More golden say. And then 43 down is also more golden say. So more golden say. Paler? It's sort of the opposite, isn't it? More golden. I'm not sure, but we've skipped quite a few across this, so I'm going to run back up to those. Goal, e.g., would be a cry at a football match, probably. And then points the finger at would be IDs, maybe identifies someone, points the finger at them. Things that were once commonly stored in towers. CDs. Compact discs were often commonly stored in CD towers, or big CD shelves, of which there's one to my right, just off screen. Plans a getaway for, perhaps. If one plans a getaway for, one abets maybe. If you, abet in a criminal in a crime, you maybe plan the getaway for them. Montana neighbor abbreviation, so state that borders Montana. The problem is it could be another U.S. state, or it could be a Canadian province. And I'm actually inclined to think it is that, because I can't think of a U.S. state that would start with A that would be in that region. Arizona? No, Arizona doesn't border Montana. Yeah, I mean, it could be Alberta maybe. Stentorian. A stentorian is a liar, I'm fairly sure. It's one of those words you don't really ever use, and it doesn't really sound like what it means to me anyway. But I believe that's actually I believe that's right. I'll be incredibly embarrassed if I'm wrong. I guess I could just say I was thematically lying. I could save face, but no, I've already told you that would be my plan, so it wouldn't work. One-time source of toothbrush. Oh, really? Maybe it's not a liar. Because I'm thinking this is probably boar hair. I'm thinking of really bristly boar hair. Yeah, I was absolutely lying about what stentorian means. Ugh. Shouldn't have gone out on that limb. Montana, it's still going to mean something that isn't what it looks like to me, but it'll be a different thing that isn't what it looks like. So what is the Montana neighbor? Maybe it is Alberta. Lacking bell. Sorry, I saw the BA and I thought basic, lacking bells and whistles, but I don't think that's right. Oh, bare bones, bare bones. There we go. Oh, I should have thought of that instantly. Oh, that's frustrating. And then stentor. Oh, loud. That must be right. Well, maybe. It depends. Yeah, I think that is right. Okay, there we go. It's completely wrong about that. Greek who originated the expression "leave no stone unturned." Is it Euripides? I didn't know that. But based on the crosses, I think it must be the case. If one got ready, right, no, it isn't. If one got ready to go out, for instance, it's like, a fruit got ready, it ripened. I mean, I don't really think that's exactly the best example sentence to use there, but you get the idea. Is made up. Oh, well, that's funny. It does look like it could be concocted, but it doesn't fit, as we already know. Conceived. No, that's still too long. Is, or conceives, is made up. It is made up. It would be conceived. What is it? Is made up. I don't know. I need more crosses. Bowed or bowed. Could be either of those. Bent. There we go. There we go. So bowed in that case. Signature items, pens. Literally sign with them. Is made up. I don't know. Dead tree edition. A print. So people often use dead tree to refer to paper copies of things, or a print issue of a magazine, for instance. There we go. Put your hands together, perhaps. Pray. There we go. Slight misdirection, because often when people say put your hands together, they mean clap. But in this case, it means, into a praying sort of gesture. Paul, who was People's 2021 Sexiest Man Alive. Must have been Paul Rudd. There we go. All right. And I blank shout of exultation. I rule, one might say, to exalt themselves. Brewery stock would be ale, so ale brewed in a brewery. And then you got it would simply be yes. That is as straightforward as it comes. So why do I not see what this is? Is made up. It is made up. It, consists. This crossword is made up of answers. It consists of answers on the grid. Just didn't think of that sense of is made up. But there we go. See what's in store. To see what's in store, question mark. Shop, to shop around to see what's in store. I think that's probably right. In a slightly punny way, because you're literally seeing what's in the store. Bad drawing, short straw. There we go. So the question mark is indicating a pun, and in this case, it's a drawing in the sense of drawing lots, so a random selection, not a drawing in the sense of an illustration. And the short straw, if you draw the short straw, that's the bad thing to have drawn. You have to do the chore or whatever it is the loser has to do. Okay, buckwheat noodle in Japanese cuisine would be soba, and then frankly could be to be honest. There we go as a phrase. Extra bits and pieces or spare parts, good. And to saturate something is to sop it in liquid of some sort, generally. Here we have Etna Marathon, I assume, annual mountain race that's said to be a volcanic challenge. Yes, okay. It will be that because Mount Etna is, of course, a volcano. It's on the house. An eave, maybe? Literally an architectural element of a house. I think that's probably the answer. More golden, say. Oh, what was our other more golden? Oh, I didn't look at it. Purer. Okay, if you say, you're golden, you say to someone, it's pure. Or maybe jewelry. Gold is generally it's generally mixed into an alloy with other metals because it's so soft. So more golden, I guess, would be a purer gold alloy. So what is this one? Just gonna look at the keyboard. Bearer, as in, no, I don't know why that would be more golden. I don't know. I honestly don't know what this is. That's really weird that I can't figure it out, despite the fact that almost the entire word is filled in. I don't know. This looks like avast, Nautical direction, yes. A vast, you'd hear it shouted direction on a ship. Cousins of sirens. Newts? Is that the case? Either newts are related to sirens in a mythological sense, or there's some creature called a siren that I'm not thinking of that is related to the newt, but I don't know which. If one tried to take a seat, question mark, one ran. Oh, rarer, more golden, say. Oh, okay. Sure. I mean, gold is rare. I guess something more gold would be more rare. Not quite sure how you'd use that in a sentence, but I think that must be right. And there we go. It was. Okay. So anyway, tried to take a seat, ran for election. I forget if I finished that sentence or if I interrupted myself. But there we go. That was the Saturday puzzle. Gave me a bit of a challenge, didn't it? And this was a good clue. Gardener's item that breaks down a lot. Compost bin. I overthought it in the explanation, as I am sometimes want to do. But there we go. I think it's perfectly fair, especially as a sort of lightly punny kind of clue. Incognito, had never heard of. I would be shocked if this were not the first appearance of this word in the New York Times crossword. I suspect it is. Star Search, I bet, has been in there before, but I bet it's been a while. But who knows? I don't know why I'm doing this evaluation. Just thinking about the answers. But there we go. That was the Saturday puzzle. Not incredibly punny, sort of similar to yesterday's in the sense that yesterday's wasn't very punny for a Friday puzzle. Today's wasn't very punny for a Saturday puzzle. I'm actually interested to have learned that Cisco is named. Well, actually, it doesn't say that. Never mind. I was going to say it's named for the city near where it was founded, but it doesn't make that claim in this clue. It simply says its name is the last two syllables of the city near where it was founded. So I don't necessarily know that I have learned a new fact about this about this company, but maybe I'll look that up and see. Anyway, that was the Saturday crossword. I'm just waffling on at this point. Might as well wrap up the video. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with a much bigger Sunday grid. Theme returns tomorrow. Join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Saturday. Take care.